Hello, it's Gem Games here once again, and in this video we're going to create the explosion component, and also we are going to create the grenade that will use the explosion component. So yeah, let's get started. First we want to go to the components folder under the blueprints, and we want to create a new blueprint class type actor component. Let's call this BBC explosion or something like that. Let's open it. Let's move it next to the first person map. Let's delete these and let's create a new function. Let's call this function explode. Okay, and here on the explode function we want to add a few inputs. So let's add an input. The first one will be called emitter, and the variable type will be particle system object reference, like this. And the next one will be location, and it will be vector, vector. The third one will be called scale. It will be float. And fourth one will be called damage, and it will also be float. And the fifth and last one will be called radius. Okay, now we want to get from this, and we want to spawn emitter at location, like this. Now we want to connect the emitter to here, location to location, scale. Actually, we want to split this scale and connect the scale to all of these. And yeah, for these we don't have to do anything yet. Now, the next thing what we want to do is we want to apply radial damage with fall off. Okay, let's connect it to here. So to base damage, we want to right click and search for damage. It will take this variable from here. I before used to promote these to local variables, but one of you guys told me that it can be accessed like without promoting it to local variable. All the inputs can be accessed from here. For example, the emitter, you can get the emitter variable. So to damage, let's connect it to the base damage. That will be the damage in the middle of the explosion. Now let's make the minimum damage. Let's make it like 1. So when you're at the edge of the explosion, it will make 1. Origin. Now we want to search for the location. Get location and connect it to the origin. Damage inner radius. That's the inner part. So basically what this means is how big is the area in the middle that gives the maximum damage. So let's make this like 50. That's pretty good. Damage outer radius. Now we want to right click and get our radius variable and connect it to damage outer radius. Damage fall off. This will be a multiplier that I think it's when you get closer to the middle, it will, or when you get further to the edge of the explosion, it will like divide the value. So I think 1 is good here, so it's like evenly distributed the damage. But you can obviously use whatever values and you can play with these. And here, damage prevention channel. Let's leave it to visibility like that. Okay, we are actually done here now. So let's compile, let's save, and let's close. So the next thing what we want to do, we want to go to the projectiles. Let's right click and create a blueprint class type actor, and let's call this grenade. No, not like that. Grenade. Okay. And here we want to add a skeletal asset sorry, what I'm saying, skeletal mesh asset. And yeah, let's select our grenade. We should have one because it came with the weapons pack that you guys should have downloaded at the start. So SKG67 skeletal mesh. Okay. Now we want to add the explosion component. So explosion PPC. Now let's go to the event graph. And here, let's delete everything else than the event begin play. And now what we want to do, we want to get our skeletal mesh. And we want to add impulse to it. Add impulse. This is actually for when we throw the grenade by the player. It will not happen in this episode, but on the next one or one after that. But yeah, now this impulse, we want to promote this to a variable. Let's call it impulse. Let's make it instance edible and explosion spawn. Okay, and we don't actually have to do anything else here for now with this add impulse node. Now here on the skeletal mesh, we want to click on that and we want to scroll down. And actually I will have to check if I have done it like that. Yes. Here on the physics, simulate physics, true. Okay. Now the next thing is we want to add a delay of a time. Let's promote this duration to a variable. Let's call it, I will call it time. And let's compile and make the default value like 5. So 5 seconds before it explodes. Let's make it instance edible and explosion spawn. After that, what we want to do is we want to get the PPC explosion, and we want to call the explode function like this. Here on the emitter, what we want to do, we want to change it to peak grenade explosion 01. Okay, that's good for me. The location is we want to get the skeletal mesh, and we want to get the get world location, connect it to location like this. And scale, let's make it just 1. Damage, we want to promote it to a variable called damage. Let's make it instance editable and explosion spawn. Also the radius, let's promote it to a variable. And the same thing, let's make it instance editable and explosion spawn. And also, let's compile, let's add some default values. So the radius, let's make it like 500. And damage, let's make it 1000, something like that. After that, what we want to do is we want to destroy this actor. Destroy actor. Okay. Now let's compile, let's save, and we can close this. Now we want to go to the PP first person character. Here we want to go to the event graph, and we want to find some empty space from somewhere. Sorry, I haven't worked on this project in a long time, so I'm a little bit lost here, but let's find some empty space, for example, from here. And let's right click and search for event radial damage. Now one thing we want to check, we want to select our first person character, and here we want to search for damage. Actor can be damage true. Okay, this will if that's false, this event will not work. Now here what we want to do is we want to get our PPC health, and we want to call the health remove like this and connect to here. And damage received. We set the max damage to 1000 for the grenade, and that's too much. That will always, basically almost always, kill the player if we are even near the grenade, even at the edge. So what we want to do here is we want to map range clamped, like this. So in range of 0 to 1000, let's make it like that, we want to change 0 can be 0, and out range B should be like 150. So if we are at the middle of the explosion, we will die. But if we have the Juggernaut health perk, then we will not die. Okay, I think that's good. Now is player true. So what this does is it plays camera shake. That. So now this should work with the player. Let's try. So let's compile, save. Let's go to the level. Let's add a little grenade here. So to the projectiles and grenade, let's add it to here. So let's see what happens. Now, after 5 seconds, yeah, you can see the grenade explodes, and yeah. So how we can fix that error is we want to go to the HUD and we want to open the player HUD. Also, we want to open the W damage indicator. And here on the graph, on the event tick, what we want to do is on the event construct, what we want to do. We want to get our enemy ref, check if is valid with question mark like this, and if it is valid, yeah, then we want to get actor location, and we want to promote it to a variable on is valid like this, and this variable, let's call it damage source location, and let's make it instance. Actually, we don't have to. Do we have to make it instance editable? Yes, actually, let's make it instance editable and expose on spawn. After that, let's connect to here, and if it's not valid, then we want to just connect here, not set it like this. So if we have enemy ref set, then we will get its location, but if not, then we will just go by this location. Okay, and here we actually have to change one thing. We have to delete these, and we want to get the damage source location to the target, like this. So, okay, compile and save. So, on the player HUD, we will have to go to on hit here, and we have this create W damage indicator. We want to refresh node. Now we have this damage source location here. So what we want to do with this, we want to move it here and add a input damage source location like that. Now on the first person character, actually it's on the BPC health. Let's right click on that, edit BPC health. Here on health remove, we want to add a input here, and let's call it damage source location like that. Let's make it vector. And actually, like I told you guys before, we should be able to connect this without connecting it like this. So here, damage source location, we want to right click and search for a damage source location. We can actually access it without connecting it like this. I actually didn't know about this before, but this makes the code so much cleaner. I think we should make a little cleanup episode or something. Okay, but yeah, now that we have that connected there, now on the PP first person character where we call this event radial damage, we want to get origin and connect it to damage source location. Now let's add a reroute and another reroute. So compile, save, and let's try again how the indicator works. It should work. And it works. That's pretty nice. Now, what? Okay, we will have to check that later. But yeah, the next thing, what we want to do, we want to go to the first person map, blueprints, enemy, and PP enemy main. Let's open it. And here on the actually it's here on the PP enemy main. Let's search for a damage. Actor can be damage. Okay, it's actually true as default. It's not always like that. I don't know why. Okay, but yeah. And here we want to go to the event graph, find some empty space from somewhere, right click and event radial damage. Now here we want to do the same thing. We want to actually we have this take damage function here. We will have to get this one, connect it to here, damage received to the damage, and yeah, now this we actually have to get the power-ups. So how can we get those? So let's actually get player character, and we want to cast to first person character from here. Damage received, let's add a reroute here and connect this. Now from here we want to get the power-ups in use connected here. Okay, like that. And after that we want to check if we are dead, and like that. From the true we want to get all widgets of class, and we want to get the player hard, and we want to get from it get index 0. Let's compile, and we want to increase points like this. And now the amount we want to select, and from here we want to also get these power-ups. Okay, I will have to check the power-up number. So we want to get from this, and we want to get the index 1, so our double points. Let's move these to here, and if it's true we want to make it 100, if it's false let's make it 50. So now let's compile, save, and let's go to the first map, and let's actually drag some zombies to the level near here, and let's see what happens. So now after 5 seconds, let's see, zombie dies, and we got 50 points. Okay. Yeah. These errors come from the zombie because the zombie AI is not working correctly when he's like manually added to the level. Because we have made it so the zombies always spawn outside the map and come through the window and stuff like that, so you don't have to worry about those. But yeah, actually everything is working like they're supposed to work for now. In the next episode we will create the grenade indicator so we can see the grenade on the screen. And one after that we will make the player able to throw them. So yeah. Sorry about that video was a little bit all over the place because I actually don't remember all of these things right now because I have worked on so many other projects. But yeah, I hope you liked the video. If you did, please click the like button and subscribe for more. And yeah, hope you have a great day and see you on the next one. Bye.